Welcome back, survivors. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to our Hunt the Yard series with our final episode today for Grounded. Last episode, we went through and made the embiggening cocktail, defended the Mix-R battery things or whatever, and all I think we have left to do is go back to the Spacer thing out there, and that might bring us back to full size. But before we do that, we've got a couple of things to do. Well, actually, one other goal I want to meet first. We're going to sleep till morning just because I hate going out and... Oh. I was going to say, I hate going out at night. Oh. Wait, so is that supposed to be... Okay, that's, I guess, the box opened up to go into now. I don't know if I will do that today, though. But... was that supposed to be like the cue of, like, the wasps are going to come out? Oh, no. Oh, no, maybe not. It's... Okay, well, you know what? Let's eat. Drink. And I guess we can head over there and see what that is about. I wasn't planning on doing that this episode, but I do... The plans are to wrap up the story with that, which I think will, like, bring to a full close, as well as hunt a scarab. Again, I don't super know where they might be. I think they have just a scattering of locations they might be in the upper yard, so... Oh, that's just an aphid. It might just be by luck or chance I'll come across a scarab. And I kind of wonder if maybe I should use the bomb arrows, just in case they do more damage than the other ones I've got. But we'll take a bit of a check up by the box there, because I think that actually now would open it up, so if I wanted to go for that last chip, I could. Because that's actually just the box right beside the Java-matic area. So I guess the case is, if I would have slept, I would have had that opened up maybe a bit earlier. Maybe the reason why nights are so common is you're more meant to get your sleep in, or something like that. Or it might just be the easiest way to do it, so that way there's, like, a cutscene can play without the gameplay being too interrupted. But we'll see about trying to go up that way and what we can investigate there. Considering how well it went for defending the Java-matic and that, I think we're pretty well equipped as we are, even if we don't have the last upgrades for some of our equipment that we could. And yeah, we're back by the battlefield from last episode. And we don't want to follow this all the way up because we'll basically get electrocuted or burn on the connections. It's this big brawny box, I think it was called from that up there. So let's just take a look and see what did pop open, because it looked like a tunnel. Yeah, it seems like there's something underneath here that's we can get into now. I just don't know what will exactly be... Oh! Brawny Boy Bin entrance. Okay, I'm actually surprised how bright it is in here, although I guess that's why. Sunlight can get right in through there. Dr. Tully. Alright. Okay, what's the way to go? I think it's over here onto this. Maybe not. Oh, I guess back through this way. Oh, we got wasps. Although I don't... As long as I can get them in melee, they really aren't anything to be worried about, considering how many we've cleaved through in the past few episodes.
Everything looks good from here.
Let there be light.
No, I hear... Oh! It's a termite. Wasn't sure what it was. And then it said... Tasty... Disabled tasty or something? Large disassembled tasty. Oh, back there. Gee. So... I thought maybe they made him when he was shrunk, but I guess that's not the case. They made him when he was... They shrunk them down too. Ah, again. Don't make a healing enemy that flies. Because you're just asking for it to be really annoying to tackle. Or if you're going to do that, make it so they have to land and then heal. And don't make it a ranged enemy either, like, come on. There. Once they're in range, they're not bad at all, but it's just getting them to that point. There we go. Okay. Now that's taken care of. We can look around a little more, and it looks like there's something in there to go to. No. No. Maybe this is where I'm supposed to go. Well, we got a... Looks like another wasp nest here. Yeah, another few to clear out, although we're not doing too bad for... Oh, something back here? Shield solidifier. Huh. Block strength is up. Although I think we'll stick to the pendant we picked up for all the hassle that we went through trying to get it. I'm going to see if I can just get out here. Again, don't make flying enemies have the ability to heal or just be exclusively ranged. Okay, another one down. And just because you guys have been so annoying, I am going to take care of all of you. There, that's them taken care of. And ourselves a little bit. And we got a field station, so might as well... Oh, do not open the Brawny Boy bin. Alas, my considerable neglect of the backyard is continuing to introduce further compilations of my research. Several months ago, I began disassembling a tasty for parts to make Mark II variations, left those in the Brawny bin in the upper yard. Opened the bin and was horrified. Wasps. While hovering around their bulbous creation in the corner of my Brawny Boy heavy-duty bin. Been sorry about omniscient infiltrators. I never suspected being hoodwinked by these horrid creatures. Okay. So yeah, at least that's up and online now. We don't have anything to do there. And I think the only way left to go is down into here. And the wasp nest. Yeah, so this is actually the boss. If I was going to fight one, this would be it, because it does give a tier 3 bow. But I think you have to come all the way in here. There you are. Just to find this poor guy. With a, looks like a stinger stuck through him. Yeah, so there's an orc receiver. Health and safety officer. So you might ask yourself why send your only health and safety officer on a seemingly one-way trip into wasp-infested crate in Wendell's garbage heap of the backyard. You know, I'm one on the team trained first aid, who's going to patch up Spencer next time he's back at the base with the bee sting the size of his face. Who? The intern. The one who shares the lunch with ants. I'm not going to read all that. And then, yeah, so looks like Bombardiers, Hindu, Lint, not sure what I was thinking here. Bee parse, mosquito parse, both breeze, wormhole, candies, that's it. Okay, so yeah. A lure to bring her in. So that, I think, opened up the... Yeah, Bee Queen medley. So you'd have to put this together, bring it in here, and that would summon the boss. It does feel a little weird to have to do that in order to, like, find boss and then go fully out, come back in, but at least that's another bit of the yard fully seen. And I think she would be the last one. Actually, I don't know if she would be holding on to the last chip now that I'm looking. It almost seems like... Oh, come on, get up. There we go. It might actually be right beside the field station. Maybe I didn't even have to take care of the queen for it. As I think if I get... Yeah, I'm not going to attack this because this was our easy way up. It seems to say it's almost like... Is it in this little ball? It is! Huh. Why would you like that? I would have taken down the boss for that. But you know what, if I got that...
I spy.
No, thank you. As much as I've gotten better at handling some of the Black Widows, I don't think I want to take one down if I don't have to. So we're just going to leave. Makes me wonder if I should go... Maybe I will try for that other chip, too. Ah. No, just termites. Again, not really too fussed about dealing with them. But yeah, I think I know where the other chip is for Burgle, too, just to wrap those fully up. There's supposed to be just another spot in the pond where you can basically like swim down a tunnel and find the key.
Aphids, nature's lollipops.
But we'll just try to see if we can find that last scarab that could be out here. Or I shouldn't say last scarab, but find a scarab, take it down. That's the objective I really wanted to do to wrap the series up with before the story. And then we can see how much time I've got left. I got a lot more done in Grounded than I really thought I would. I didn't plan on going like full completionist route, but they made it so it wasn't too bad tackling a lot of the objectives for it. But now I'm trying to think of where the best place to try to find a scarab would be. I kind of think maybe I should try over at the far east again, because I think that's where I've seen one or two. If not there, there's the undershed I can go back into. I kind of want to just see one in picture. Oh. No, you know what? Actually, maybe I'll... Yeah, let's get the acid edge up to full power. Or at least full durability. That's just an aphid.
Really wish you were a ladybug instead.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We've cleaved through probably a fair few dozen of them by this point. Oh. Oh, no, that's just another one of those spikes. God, probably the most common trinket I've gotten from just having to go around taking care of anything that got aggressive towards us.
I could devour a billy hog right about now.
Yeah, I'm just going to try a full run over this way and just see if I can spot anything. I just would hate to have this last little thing that it's nothing major to really need to get done, but just to not be able to get it. Yeah, you're taken care of. Let's keep on going. See, if I remember right, I think I found the first, or one of the first scarabs back by the wood pile. I think I saw it for like a moment or two, and then it ran and buried itself away. I basically have to try to see it first, well before it knows I'm there, and try to get my shot in. So hopefully, maybe if I just walk along for a bit, it won't startle anything in the area, and I can get my chance. Ooh. Okay, let me go to free cam, because I think that is... Indeed it is. Our last little guy, and it's probably going to be the thumbnail for the episode. I just want to see if I can try to get a little bit better lighting on him. Yeah, there you are. All this time. And you are our final insect to go for.
I see you, Scarab.
There we go. Gotcha. Oh, it actually even gave us 2 of them. So now I have even more reason to go visit Burgle and try to get this other chip. Because I can do the duplicator and even just get at... I mean, it is kind of past the point of needing it, but I can at least upgrade our acid edge all the way to max capacity, or max power. Actually, we'll have to see how much science it takes to duplicate those, but we've at least hunted every free-roaming creature in Grounded now. I wasn't able to complete our Hunt the Island series with that feat, but I was able to at least do that in Grounded, which is pretty good. And that does also leave what I'm going to do next for, like, a big main series for the channel. I was kind of thinking about maybe seeing about going backwards in time a little bit. And if I should try tackling more like, almost like milestone games when it comes to like the industry. Like one game I've never actually played has been Half-Life itself. So I've been wondering if maybe that would be something that could be a fun series to tackle. Just go through that, kind of see what the story, the gameplay of that is fully like. Or some others. I know System Shock. I think it's mostly 2 that gets more recommendations than the first one, or I know it's been remade, but maybe that'll be something I'll try going for and doing. We'll have to see in the future. For now, though, we want to get towards Fawn Pond. And going for a bit of a swim, because the mossy key for the chest that's hidden down there is actually in the pond, too. So let me see if I can just kind of fly our way over. I think I still have the bubble helmet in our inventory, so I can just use that to go underwater. And then with the Tickmaqueedle, I don't think we even have to worry about, like, taking damage from any of the spiders or such that are down there. Yeah, I've got that.
Safer.
Okay. Nope, just the water boatmen. They are a little terrifying, I will admit. Okay, so what I need to... Oh, don't get stuck. We need to go down... I think it's where the T-Rex actually is down in the depths. There's supposed to be the tube or something you follow. And that leads to, like, a little area where you might find the key. By hoping as long as I mind our oxygen, we should be fine. Okay, here's the pond dome. So yeah, we've still got a ways to go, but... Actually, maybe I'll even stop inside the dome just to top up our oxygen. And then we pop out, hand these to Burgle. I might even have actually a resource analyzer in here, too. There we go. Let's go take a quick check, just in case. Oh, and a drink. Okay, we've got a surveyor. There's the analyzer. I doubt we can make anything special with it, but we'll just take a look and see. Yeah, just a stuffed one or a mount. That's fine, though. We got what we were after here, so let's go back down. Yeah, we're getting closer. Oh, there's... I'm trying to remember what they called the koi fish. But we don't want that to be on us. I don't know if it actually will kill us or it just, like, investigates. But I don't think we can actually, like, take it down or really fight it. I think it's meant to be just, like, a environment hazard. I think it swam off now. I still want to be careful just because I would hate to lose the shells now that we've got them, but I still want to see what we can get done. Okay, it looked like... I don't know if it was trying to, like, suck us in and eat us or what, but... Thankfully, it's not that smart of an aggressive animal. Okay, yeah, so there's this tube. I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to follow or it's something else, but we'll... no, that seems like it just kind of ends there. The chest with the key... I think the chest is further ahead. I wish I had brought something I could use to see down here with, but I don't think I've got anything. Okay, no, this is the key, or this is the chest here, so... I think it's back this way. Either that or it might actually be further in there. I don't know if I can find it with how dark it is down here, and I don't want to run out of oxygen. You know what? Maybe we'll just head up for Fawn Pond and get this through and over with. Because I still actually don't know if the story and the game will end with us making it back to the spacer or not, but at least we can go visit Burgle. I don't think there will be anything new that he has to say to us. It seems like a lot of the story elements were just like the bare necessities of get each goal completed and that's it. But we can at least head over here and visit him. If we can get through all the clover. Okay. Back in the broken lab, which... It is a little weird if Tully's following you. He doesn't comment on any of this or comments when you do come back to Burgle, but... I guess it is what it is. Okay, so to duplicate them... It's only 900. Okay. Let's see if I can get up to a full... Okay, 18 will be fine. I mean, I won't really be working with them, but...
Dr. Tully, is that you?
Oh!
Oh, happy day! You have returned!
Now he has something to say.
Ah, Burgle, my trusty assistant.
You mean science manager? I mean in your absence, of course.
Oh, fine, whatever. I'm here to help and get our guest home safely. Please feel free to continue doing whatever it is you've been doing here in my absence.
Cooking, flipping, grilling!
At least you haven't burned down the place yet. Do as you will.
I guess I stand mistaken. There is a little bit of...
Dr. Tully, and may I add that it is my pleasure to continue to serve you.
There is a little bit of interaction. Maybe just Dr. Tully didn't actually get inside the lab or something to, like, trigger it?
Hello there! Acting Science Manager Burgle at your service! How can I help you today?
Here's an auxiliary chip.
More chips! Thank you! Hand it over and let us see what I can remember. Much better! Check the ASL Terminals Science Shop for the new recipes.
Anything new about the
How
dreams?
can I be of assistance? How can
I think...
please refrain from being eaten by spiders, Peter Boggs?
Yeah, no, it didn't look like there was anything new there. It was just like, did you want to ask about Raisening or Director Schmechter, but I think we've kind of gotten enough from how the story's been through. I just want to see... Section Expert, Brawny Boy Bin Cookbook, and Creature Rugs. Oh, that might have actually been interesting to have had, but I don't think anything else really there. And yeah, that's all fine. So now I think what we'll do is we'll head for the spacer and see if this does bring our story to a close. I think the best way to... Of course. course, it's always night. It's always night. Every time I go out for anything, it seems like it's always getting dark, but... We'll probably take the zip line I've made just back to the Great Hub Tower. Maybe even see if I still have that lean-to there. Just set that as the respawn, just in case there's anything like else to tackle or do. I can't imagine what else there could be with how it's gone along, but you never know.
This is moderately terrifying!
And maybe we'll even... Yeah, maybe we'll even get a bit of sleep if we can, so that way we have daylight for wrapping this all up. We've done enough in the dark this series. But that's the location we gotta get back to. Oh. Something was ticked off down there, but... I don't think we have to worry with how high up we were. Yeah, so set respawn, sleep to morning. Any other dreams before we wrap up? No. I guess we've seen every dream sequence or cutscene there is to see. So let's have our food. Try to have a bit of water, but that's easy to get here.
Water filtration tablets needed.
And I think we'll save the game and see what we have left to do. There we go. Let's get to work. Oh, okay. Well, we know where that goes.
We need to talk.
Okay, there you are.
Well, here we are, back where it all began. I never thought I'd say this, but it's time to go home. For all of us, to go home. For the first time in a long while, I have a good feeling about the future, and it's all because of you. We'd better get you back to your families. I suspect they're worried sick about you.
Yeah, what about your family?
Perhaps they are worried about me still, but I know that I put them through a lot. I only hope that they know how much I love them. But there's no sense in being so glum. I haven't quite yet reached the end of my road, though there may not be much track left to lay. Now look, all this sad talk has me mixing my metaphors. Don't worry about me. Whatever will be, will be.
Say nothing.
Thank you for everything that you've done. I'll never forget it.
Oh.
Virgil here. After our call, would you be interested in taking a short survey on the quality of my service today?
For the last time, Burgle, no! I do not want any more of these confounded follow-up surveys. The answer is adequate. Always adequate.
Adequate?
Now, listen to me. This is your manager speaking. We're about to fire up the spacer. I need you to keep an eye on the raw science convergence coupling. The last thing we need is an overload spike.
Wait, you are leaving? Have you been dissatisfied with my service?
Don't worry. I'll come back for you when things calm down in the real world. But it may be a while.
Affirmative, Dr. Tully. I will stay behind. Again.
But I need you to keep an eye on things down here while I'm gone. Regional Science Manager Burgle?
Regional Science Manager? But Dr. Tully, does that mean the franchising?
Burgle, this is a big responsibility. In recognition of your work ethic and commitment to outstanding customer service.
Really? My circuits are fizzling, Dr. Tully. Have no fear. Regional Manager Burgle will not let you down.
Congratulations, Manager Burgle.
Regional Manager Burgle, thank you very much.
Indeed it this is it, my young friend. When you get home, do me a favor. Don't grow up too fast, will you?
You know what? I think he's earned a hug for all the stuff he's been through.
Okay then. Would you do the honors of flipping the switch? For science!
For science. So where is the switch? Oh, right here. Is there anything else to do?
Are you ready to get out of here?
I still have
Of
questions.
course you do.
Are you going to be okay?
Thank you for your concern, but I don't deserve it after all you've suffered on my account. Don't worry about me. Whatever will be, will be.
Sorry, Doc.
I understand. Thank you for everything that you've done. I'll never forget it.
Okay, we've already been through that, so you know what?
Large orc incoming!
Wait, what? Is there, or did you just bug out?
Taking a look.
Oh no, just, okay, one roaming the yard. Okay, all feeds look good. Here we go. And I guess that was it. Several months later. Okay.
And with a flash, that was the end of the tiny adventure of a lifetime. At least that's what the local papers called it. It's hard to believe how much has happened since then. There were reporters, investigators, even the FBI got involved. They tried to keep a lid on all of it, but the whole story came out. About the kidnappings, about the dead teenagers, about Armin. Turns out, everyone did learn the name of Director Dalton Schmechter, just like he always wanted.
Oh, the reasoning wore off for him.
The weirdest thing happened. People learned the truth about the shrinking technology and about me. It felt good to get the recognition that I had always wanted for all my life. Pete, Willow, Max, and Hoops tried to go back to being normal teenagers. Burgle has joined the kids' new science and robotics club. He's the mascot, I didn't tell you. I'm expecting big things from all of them. Life's getting back to normal around here. It's funny that the world can still seem so small. And no, I haven't come up with my next big invention. And I don't mind one bit either. Because when it comes down to it, all that really matters is that we make the most of the time that we have together.
Aw. I mean, I like that for an ending. Oh, and we got our report card. How did we do? 78 days total. Killed over 1,500 creatures.
Check plus.
Hey, not bad. B+ for first time through with all the 28 deaths. Bonus score hint defeat. Yeah, there's the bosses we could have done that probably would have helped that. But overall, I'm happy with that. Yeah, Grounded again. Nope. Yeah, we'll let the credits roll, and it was a very fun series to tackle and do. It was, again, Grounded does so much right with it that, although it does have, like, some bad parts to it, and they do stick out more than others, it's only because the rest of the game all around them is so good. Having the basic, like, universal storage when you are in a... Oh. Might have to cancel the audio out here, just that way I don't have to worry about the... claims or whatever, but like when you have the universal storage thing in that, so you can craft from a workstation, everything's around you and you don't have to have it all your inventory. Building is pretty nice with how it snaps and you can freeform with it a little bit more. the hauling strength you can build up and down and that. Now, some of it does have that Grounded, because it doesn't have that PvP aspect I think Ark does, why it's a smoother experience in Grounded, but it'd still be nice if a lot more survival games, or survival craft games, kind of take lessons from what Grounded did because of what was so polished with it. There are still some issues too with like the menus or that. I wish the tools and weapons were a little bit more broken down into better subgroups. So that way, instead of like having to flip back and forth between a few different things, you just had like by damage type what they were separated as, so you knew what they were. Armor-wise, mutation menu, I do wish it would say, if you don't know what the mutation is, say what you have to do to get it, and then it kind of will play into that and you know what it will be. Having it just a complete blank thing you may never stumble upon feels a bit weird. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Oh, actually having it so that way, like, the mounts and the stuff taxidermy system. I really like that, because it's a nice bit of decoration to have, be able to see, like, the models and that up close just sitting still, but then to also have the gameplay effect of, you want to make them to help you get more stuff with them, is a nice touch I wish would be a bit more out there. Or, like, in some other survival craft genres. Because it's nice when you do have, like, okay, I need so many of this thing, but I only get one. But with that one, I can make something up with it, use it, and now I have a higher chance of getting multiple per every one. But yeah, Grounded was pretty fun, did enjoy it. I'm still not sure what I'll do for the next series for the channel ahead. I don't know if I want to go more survival craft, I want to go back to the idea of, like, Half-Life, System Shock 2, some more, like, milestone gaming things, or what. But overall, I had a lot of fun playing it, and I can see why it stood out as a pretty good survival craft game. It might not get talked about as much as like some other ones in the genre, in the industry, but it might be because it might have had a lot of competition for itself, because like when you think about all the big survival craft games, the ones that come to mind for me are The Long Dark, Subnautica, 7 Days to Die, Grounded, Don't Starve. It's kind of hard to say about, like, what is it that has set the other apart, but I think one of the things, too, is when it's come for, Grounded's tech progression. When you try and go from Tier 1 to Tier 2 is the biggest hurdle the game offers, because you can't really go through it in the same way you just are generally exploring. The yard area you start in is all made around you starting just at Tier 1 and being okay and surviving through that. To get to Tier 2, though, you either have to find the Rotten Bee armor and the Ant Hive, or go out to the bees way out there, or kind of upgrade and probably go after the Orb Weavers. It feels like there could be a little bit of a more smoother transition, go from Tier 1 to Tier 2, and we saw that when we got to Tier 2 towards 3, it was a much more easy transition make across. So I'm wondering if that's is like there's that bit of a difficulty curve that's hard to get over, but once you do, you can roll further. It might be too why a lot of the content I've seen for like Grounded in a few regards is mostly a lot of the earlier stages, like you're first starting to play when you consider it. Because there's a lot of stuff, it's like, okay, we just dropped in, we're starting to get our feet, etc. and that, but then I don't even know how many actually make it to, like, after the oak tree, or it might have been the case people tried it out when it was early access and they just haven't come back to it. That's one of the things about early access, which can be a double-edged sword in a way, I think. On the one hand, it does let people get in early, try it out, and see and play it as it is. But it's also the case that you could have no interest beyond it again after that initial release to try it out, which is a shame. Because there are some games like Subnautica that have shown how well early access can do, and etc., and manages to keep pulling people in to play and try it out as it went all the way through to full release. But I don't know, maybe it's also just to the concept of it, compared to like some of the more fantastical elements of like Subnautica, alien planet to explore, or 7 Days to Die, the whole zombies to deal with, or Don't Starve is a whole other almost like Tim Burton-esque world of kind design there. Maybe Grounded, just you're shrunk and you're up against a bunch of bugs. People don't like to be as small as the bugs are. I don't really know. But I had a fair time with it. It was a great series, and we'll just have to see what we'll do ahead for the channel. Not sure how much more we got for credits, but again, I always like to give proper credit to the games when we do reach and go through it fully. And I do like how they wrapped up, giving us a little bit of an epilogue there to see how things went for Tully in that. I do feel like maybe we could have had a little more interactions with him towards the end there, or we actually could have, like... I was going to say maybe you could have had it optional to find the cure for the Raisening, but I don't know if that's the case if you would really want that. Or, actually, maybe because we did fight Schmechter in his little lab down there, maybe it is entirely optional that if you don't fight him down there, you can't help Tully out with the Raisening problem he has. Because I think I don't know if the game ever directs us to that lab that's like hidden under the castle playset. Because I think it was only once we killed that tasty assistant manager, whatever sort of director bot it was, we've had the little lore blurb of Tully got all the data that had been collected by Schmechter, so that's how he could cure himself. I wonder if maybe that cutscene is like your true ending. Can't really say for sure, but it is nice to be able to put the series to rest after 63 episodes now. I think it went on longer than Ark Survival Evolved did, but I think our Hunt the Island series had a few longer episodes, or it was generally longer just because of how much there was to get done in them. Like, I did still have to do some of my own building and resource gathering outside of the series and what you saw in video, but it wasn't to, I think, the same degree in level that I had to do in Hunt the Island. So yeah, I don't think I have too much more to comment on, but if you guys have any suggestions for new series to tackle or things to try out, be sure to let me know in the comments. With having the NVIDIA GeForce Now active for Monster Hunter Wilds, I'm also going to use that, or may use that for some other series too. One game I want to go back to is Way of the Hunter, because now we can see the proper quality of what it should be, compared to what I was just managing to get the computer to run by and still record all right. It's honestly a case of with having had, trying to piece it together, with how much it costs to have a full new computer to upgrade for myself, it might be more financially easier and for the budget to actually just a few months of the GeForce Now service and then just sync up my accounts and do that. Because it's either, I think it's 26 Canadian or around there per month for the service for me, or I'd probably be looking at like 1,500 to 2,000 for a new computer with what I'd like to try to go for in it. So again, as a, I'm trying to think what is, not like a stopgap, but almost like a bridge in a way, I think NVIDIA GeForce Now will let me tackle a lot more ahead. But overall, I can't really think I have anything else to really comment on or go over with the series now at this point. We've seen it through to its very end, although we didn't do, again, every single bit of possible stuff to it. I still had quite a bit of fun with it. Now, it is like a full finished release too, so Grounded won't be getting any more updates, DLC, or stuff like that. It's what it is and it's put out there, so as much as there might be suggestions for stuff, unless there's a way for, I think there's actually, you can make up your own sort of yard in a way. I think there was one of the options in the menu that you could, play around and create your own yard if you wanted to. But modding will probably, I don't know if there is modding for the game or not, but yeah, it's a case of, if you are looking for a completed survival craft game that, I'm trying to think of, where the appeal would be for this. Or, what the best way to kind of sum up of, what the group would be. It's not too complex or convoluted like some of the survival crafts can be, where you have to go through all kinds of menus, but it's also a little bit more developed and advanced than some of the other ones out there, too. It's a nice middle ground, I would probably say, for itself. It's not going to have too many difficulty spikes in there. It is a case of, if you do encounter a bit of an obstacle, usually the way to solve it is through a piece of equipment or crafting that will give you the key to it. And then if... Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I'm just trying to kind of pad out the credits, but as it is, I guess we'll just wait and keep watching until they end and then send you guys off. But it's nice to say that the yard has been hunted. I was kind of worried there for a little bit after the first 2 episodes not having seen the scarabs at all, just having to luckily stumble upon that one and having the bomb arrows from the storage place. I am glad I saved them, because I don't know if I would have been able to take out that last scarab we had found with just a regular arrow. They've been like the most elusive thing since we got up to the upper yard. And, I mean, it is kind of funny. I talk about, okay, we'll get this, we'll upgrade everything to full, and it's the reverse. It's just the last hunted thing, and then we were able to bring this all to a close. I didn't quite get the last chip. I don't know where it is in the pond, but I didn't want to spend too long, given, again, 63 episodes. I think it's a little more than long enough for one of my long series to have done. When my usual aim for talking is like, okay, short series is going to be like less than 10, medium-length series might be, say, 15 to 20. Long series would be 30. 63 might be a little bit beyond the scope I had in mind. But that doesn't mean I think I'll, like, cut back on some things in the future, though. I'd prefer to do series like this, where it's like, you see the majority, or at least, like, 80 to 90% of what the gameplay fully is through the experience, towards its end, or towards a proper pausing or ending point. I think a little bit too much nowadays is people are just like after the highlights of what the experience is and will just show those in videos, whereas I feel like that's misleading if you want to pick up the game yourself and it's like, well, what you've shown off is only like 10-15%. There's so much that's actually supposed to be it. So at least this way is more like an honest, full, open book of it. But I guess with having... I'm trying to remember how it went. I know for Grounded, it's made by Obsidian Entertainment, which is like a branch off or its own independent developer publish. Or is it its own publishers? It's just its own development team. But it seems like going through all the credits and that, there's been a lot of studios that have had like their hand in credits and involvement with the product. Because I think Obsidian Entertainment started it, Microsoft and Xbox, I think they bought or took over Obsidian Entertainment, or like brought it into them, and then they've had their support with that? Not fully sure. But yeah, it's been a fair-sized credit length, I have to admit. It might actually get to the point where there's more in the credits than there was for the content of this video. But that's okay, it's proper to give, again, full credit due out there. So now I might just actually rest the voice for a little while, and then I'll come back once we have the credits fully done. Oh, and that might be it. There we go. So, with that, we have brought Hunt the Yard to a close for a series. Thank you all very much for joining me on this series and this last episode. If you did like the videos and the series, be sure to give it a like, and if you have any comments, tips, tricks, or suggestions for other series I should do, be sure to leave them in the comments right down below. Until I catch you all in the next video, episode, series, or etc. survivors, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.